My sauce is nice and smooth, but it is not thick yet. So I'm going to let it cook for a while and keep stirring. Alright, so cooking without a recipe means that we can do whatever we want and not have to follow any instructions. So I decided that I just looked in the fridge and saw a box of mushrooms, and she loves mushrooms. So we're going to saute up some mushrooms and add those to the sauce. I'm not going to cut them up and put them right into the sauce because of what I said before. It's better to saute your vegetables before putting them in your sauce so that you can extract that flavor really nicely. And obviously mushrooms have a much different texture cooked than not cooked, and if you throw them into a pot of hot sauce, then they're not going to cook the same way as the texture is if you saute them. So we're going to add a little butter to a frying pan, saute up some cut mushrooms, which Taylor's working on right now, and we'll add those in. Now, if I had thought of this before, I would have done this at the same time as the onion, and so that all would have been with the first batch of butter. So now we have to saute a little bit more butter to do our mushrooms. As a side note, please visit our Facebook page, Busy Bees and News. That's where we post all of our fun activities we do with the girls, and we keep really busy around here. So we've always got fun things going and crafts and projects and other things. We've got an Etsy site also, so you can check that out. And also, just so you know, this sauce has been cooking for about 5 minutes now, and it's still not thick, so don't worry, it's still going to thicken. So you just have to wait probably about 5 to 7 minutes before it starts cooking. Alright, Rainey has a tip on how to properly hold a knife. So Rainey, go ahead with your tip.
So you don't want to curve your hand when you're using a sharp knife like Jenny, because if you curve your hand, for example, like a horse could bite you if you curve your hand this way. So that's the same with jackknife.
So you want to keep your hand flat on the top, or keeping your fingers out of the way when holding your vegetable?
Like you don't keep it like this.
No. So why don't you just show how you would put your hand on top of the knife?
So you would do this.
Yeah, that's great. Good job. So we're going to add our mushrooms to our melted butter. I only put like a couple tablespoons of butter in our pan. Girls, are the mushrooms ready to add?
No, not really.
No, not yet?
Oh, what a good helper.
When you're done, please put them in there.
That's a very big girl job. That's a big sharp knife you've got. Did Mommy give you a lesson on how to use that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really nice pasta. It sounds really good. It tastes good. Well, it's not really shells. It's called capelletti. Shells are like this. They look like clam shells.
All right, and how many of those packages are we going to use for our family?
Probably about 2.
Yeah, we're going to use 2 packages, and we'll have a portion for leftovers tomorrow. Thank you. And so she's just going to put the mushrooms right into the pasta sauce.
Because I need to be worked up on my fear of quarantine and other things of working on the show.
Oh, good.
Because I'm afraid that it will splash all over me and I'm going to get hurt.
Alright, so Jenny's just accomplished overcoming a fear of getting splashed by hot things by experiencing doing something that could potentially splash her with hot things, which it didn't. So good job, Jenny. Alright, the girls are going to get that pasta into the pot of water. Another thing that Jenny is going to do that is overcoming a fear, which is awesome. Good job, girls. So another thing that Rainey just did on her own without being asked is this giant table here is on wheels, and it was previously over in that corner, and she just scooted it right over here so that she could pour the pasta in and look and see what was happening from the back. So great job, Rainey, just getting things done yourself. Alright, our sauce is starting to thicken up. It's still pretty liquidy for sauce, but
I prefer
add cheese or not. So we usually add cheese to sauce, but we're not going to today just because we have so many vegetables in there today. So I don't know if you can tell that consistency. It's still pretty liquidy, but it is getting thicker. So that's the type of consistency you want it for when you add cheese, because cheese acts as a thickener also. So you don't want it too thick when you add the cheese, otherwise you'll get this really sticky pasta that just is really too sticky. So now we're going to add our zucchini, and we're going to keep the burner on so that it continues to thicken. So this is going to be a nice full pot of sauce. So all we want to do is get that zucchini hot. Since it's shredded really small, it won't take long to cook. So this will be another 2 minutes, and then it will be done. And then we can add it to our pasta.
No.
Okay, here's our finished sauce. The zucchini is just about cooked, and it's thick, not too thick, and it's not too thin. So that is a great consistency there. Okay, here are all the knives we used today. There were only 3, sometimes 4 of us cutting, and we have 5 knives out. And that's because the girls choose a knife, and if they have a different preference, then they choose another. So at this point, they're just trying out knives and seeing which one works best for them. This one's my favorite, so I always use that one, so I know what my favorite is, and the girls are still exploring as to what their favorites are. I have a feeling this one's going to be Pillar's favorite, and I like that one the best for the kids because of its shape. It's awesome. Alright, we have our finished product and it looks good. Just smelling it as we were putting it together in the pot, I thought, wow, this would be so good with some crab or artificial crab or some sort of seafood. It just smells like it would have a really great taste to it. See you next time.